Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. My name is Adam. I'm the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and not pictured on your screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with Swimming in the Deep and 2020-2021 San Jose Sharks season part 2. Jeff, we kicked off a brand new franchise for Franchise Hockey Manager 7, which came out December 16th, just over 2 weeks ago. And we started off with the San Jose Sharks. And boy, are they bad. Like, really bad.
I mean, they're not necessarily bad right now, but the cap situation is a disaster, and it's only going to get worse and worse with every passing year. So
Yeah.
you got to do something about it.
So we did do something about it. We already started trading away guys. We had something.
Although you just traded away the guy you don't like.
No, we didn't. We had 47 guys under contract, so we dumped off about six, seven guys to drop us down to 41, 42 contracts to give us a little bit of flexibility. And then we started going through and we looked back and also traded away, as Jeff alluded to, Evander Kane, because we really didn't want him. So we sent him to Washington, which apparently is becoming the retirement home of hockey in real life. And
signing Chara today.
Yes, and we picked up Brendan Dill and brought him back to being a Shark. We also added a second-round pick, which the San Jose Sharks didn't have. Besides that, again, traded some guys who were just in depth. There was way too many guys. So we picked up a couple extra fourth-rounders and a couple extra sixth-round picks, basically just to try and clear some room. It looks like we picked up a third, too. I can't even remember. It's been so long because I could look at my transaction log. And, yeah, we picked up
I think we got 10 picks this year and eight the following.
Yeah, so a third, a sixth, 2 fourths, and a fifth. And we also signed Anthony Duclair and Eric Holla to beef up just a few things. Oh, and another sixth-round pick, too.
Relatively cheap.
Yes. So we had to do something. Anyway, so where we ended off the stream last week was we lost our first game of the season. Things have not gone that well. I simmed ahead 2 games because I was trying to test out a couple different things, and surprisingly enough, we won both games. So I was going to redo it, but after we won 2 games, those might be the only 2 games we win this season, although we should do a little bit better than that. But we said, okay, we're just going to move that forward and hope things have worked out. Our team overall, well, you can see right here, there's nothing screaming great. Our defense is pretty good, but they're all over 30. And they are on big contracts. We've cleared some salary. Sorry?
Ferraro? Aside from Mario Ferraro?
Yes, aside from Ferraro. Who we've signed some guys to some contracts. Just trying to create a little bit of breathing room for us to get us competitive. But honestly, we're just going to try and survive this year. Last week as well, we went over the new scouting screen and hired some more scouts. And we played out our first game. We're going to play this first game versus Anaheim anyways. Anaheim's... Oh, right. That's what I got to do right now. Yes, I forgot. I'm going to go back to my roster screen and go back to lines because I want to adjust my lines here slightly. And I'm just going to make my times a little bit more even. Just so everyone's playing a little bit more. More specifically, get my fourth line playing more, including old man Patrick Marleau. We can see everyone's sitting at about 100% fitness, so that's good. We're going to leave Martin Jones in net. He's, got 2 wins already. Let's see how this goes. And so we're going to play this game versus Anaheim, and hopefully we can kind of turn this around. I'm just going to pick my options. Ours on fast. All right. We're going to put just a low bit of sound on because why not?
You're going to deafen everybody.
No, I'm not. It's fine. If it is too loud,
we do need to work on the sound a little bit on this. So there's a couple of things that aren't working quite properly, and I've actually got a new. As we watch this, we're doing a little work on the player location or the player movement in 2D this week. I've got a new build today that I haven't had a look at yet, but tried to fix a few things like seeing a tendency for guys to pass backwards, like I think he just did there. I think we cut that down a little bit and trying to improve defensive positioning a bit because once you cut out some of those backwards passes, for some reason it spikes your
Hey,
shooting and
goal.
scoring way up. Ah, you're ahead of me.
Well, yes, of course I am. But we're up 1-0. Scored on the power play, in fact. And so, yes, as Jeff was just talking about there will be another update coming for FHM 7 in the new year, as I'm pretty sure it probably won't be out before the end of 2020. Is that safe to say, Jeff?
No, definitely not. Yeah, it's well, seeing as tomorrow is the end of 2020.
Well,
Thank
exactly.
God. Yeah, it's
Not a bad start, though.
really need a shot clock on the screen, don't we?
Yes.
Wonder where though, the outside of the scoreboard?
Yeah, even just in the corners would be all right.
Corners of where?
Like on the left side and on the right side.
Well, yes, that's what corners would be at the left and right side, but like
Well, on
where?
the top
Down by
right
the
corners.
play-by-play line, or are they?
No, top left and right corners.
Yeah.
If you had that with even, say, the list of the players who are currently on the ice. But, yes, we've had really great feedback on our forums, which you can find at ootpdevelopments.com, from people who are been telling us what they've been enjoying and helping us find other things. CS High Through and Two in the chat says Anaheim needs a logo change. Not a fan. Well, yes, of course, they need to go back to the cartoon logo. Everybody knows that. And Simple Enigma in the chat says, what are some good resources if I'm getting into the game for the first time and my NHL FO knowledge is about 2 lockouts old?
Front office knowledge?
Yeah.
Uh,
Are you talking front office? I'm not 100% sure.
I think that's what he means. One place to look, if let me just double check it. They still got it up there. Capfriendly.com. Just like it sounds, all one word. They've got it. Their fact section has some really brief and well-written explanations of the way NHL finances work. Mainly, post the last lockout and the new CBA and changes to the cap hit and everything. And I think they kind of hit all the high points there, and I think we cover most of that in the game. What speed do you have this on?
This is on fast right now. Whew. Breakaway, and he makes the save.
Kind of hoping we get a clear-cut breakaway at some point because there's some neat little deke animations that we put in that I'd like to see get a good one.
JT Dash in the chat says, I always recommend playing a historical game. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with playing historical. The NHL has a fascinating history for sure. All right, we seem to have survived the onslaught of the first period. I say, is there 10 seconds left? And yes, we're up 1-0 at the end of the first. So we're going to sim through the second, just using the quick button, and you can see here how 2-0, 2-1. Now. And so we continue to hold on to a 2-1 lead after 2 periods. So we're going to just do a little bit more quick simming. And we score to make it 3-1. And 4:13 left. It's 4-2. We're going to play out the rest here.
Yeah, good. That's pretty much what I'm thinking. Put the shots up there somewhere.
Goalie holds the puck. All right, looks like we have a chance that we can maybe hold on to this.
See, what we need to do at some point is for the if you're playing historical and you're in one of the older years, get rid of the digital clocks and go back to the old, like the actual clock face type. Nobody will be able to understand what's going on, but
Anaheim scores. Yes, I know what you mean. Back when they couldn't really tell what time it was.
yeah, I remember one of the can't remember which lockout it was, but the Hockey Night in Canada would play the old like tapes of old games from. They had one on in the I think it was the early '60s, and they'd show a shot of the clock, and there was no way of figuring out what exactly any of it meant. They had like 16 clocks up there, and
Hey, empty net goal.
Just wait now. There we go.
And we win 5-3. All right.
I like that little bit at the end there. He did what he's supposed to. You saw him. He didn't shoot right away. He held on to it, killed a few seconds, and then finally took a shot at the empty net.
All right.
I got the logic right on that.
5-3 win. Gotta love it. Brent Burns coming through.
Big 4 points, yeah.
Yeah. That's what you like to see. Man, maybe we'll
pump up that value so we can trade him.
How many years does he have left? I don't even know. I can't remember off the top of my head.
They've all got like 6 or 7 and no trade clauses or no movement clauses. The only guy I really wouldn't want to dump is Carlson.
And
well,
yet,
not dump, but I mean, we want to get something for him. But Vlasic's got an ugly contract. Burns is the oldest guy on the team, minus Marlowe, and he's got a big contract that goes for another 6 years, I think.
Well, we'll deal with it as we can, I guess.
Problem is you can't shop any of those guys because they've got the no trade clauses.
No, but we could put them on the trade block and see what we get.
Yeah, that's probably the best way of dealing with it.
But our owner's going to be mad if we start trying to trade all of our veteran players.
Oh, well, he's going to be a lot madder if we don't win for the next 5-10 years while we're stuck under all of those contracts.
And Alex Nylander gets on the move immediately. He's sent to the Islanders for a second-round draft choice. Islanders mad at starting the season 0-2. That's an interesting ad for them.
Yep.
Chicago continues to bulk up. We can see Kevin Burrows, but that's not really helpful to us. All right. So you're saying we should put Vlasic on the trade block?
Definitely. Don't know if we're going to get any takers for him at that ugly contract, but
yeah, Burns, Couture, Carlson.
The one big thing we've got that's working in our advantage that we may be able to get rid of at least 1 or 2 of those guys in is the expansion draft, assuming we add Seattle at the start of next season.
Assuming we add. Of course we're going to add.
Okay, yeah.
Martin Jones continues to play well, so it's hard to take him out. And he loses that because I just said that, but he does heat up to 4 fires. So, all right. We lose 2-1. Eric Hollick gets his first goal as a San Jose Shark. Oh, sorry, second goal. My bad. JT Dutch says, I must root for the Kings. That's okay. The Kings have lost enough lately anyways. Although I'll tell you, watching the World Juniors, they got to be excited for Quinton Byfield because, man, that guy looks good.
Right. Just Canada in general right now. Wow, it's off to a pretty good start other than the injury.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of what you expect.
You notice when I mentioned that 16-2 game in Discord, there weren't a lot of comments from the Germans in our company.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked. All right, gonna put
Funny, they were real talkative when it was the German soccer team doing that to Brazil.
and we pick up a win with Dubnik in net. All right, beating Calgary. Hurdle, Burns, Duclair scores. Okay, Duclair's got 3 goals on the year.
I
Nothing
mean,
wrong
this is
with
good
that.
for our job security, but don't know how long we could sustain this, or if we made the playoffs, that would really mess with our draft picks.
Whatever. We'll make it work no matter what. We'll find those diamonds in the rough.
I mean, we could do it differently than our traditional tear the team apart in the first season and then
Maybe we'll be able to find some
build with
free
a bunch of young
agents.
guys. And where are you going to get the money to spend on them?
Well, that's as we trade guys away and bring new guys in.
There we go.
Biggest problem is when we add Seattle is how exactly we're going to protect ourselves. Do we cheat and say we don't have to protect everybody?
How do you mean?
Don't have to protect guys with move clauses.
Oh, yeah, that. Actually, I don't think San Jose. I don't think they're that heavy on no movement clauses. Let me just look in cap friendly. Yeah, Couture, Hurdle.
Lose to Washington. Come on.
Burns, Jones, and Dubnik are all just no trade clauses. The only NMC is El Vlasic is. And Carlson. But we don't want
Awesome.
to move
You just had
Carlson.
to say Tomas Hurdle, huh?
Oh,
Immediately gets hurt.
Oops.
He's mild shoulder sprain 1 to 2 weeks. So who are we putting in? We have Stefan Nosen. Okay, let's take a look at our depth chart here for a second. Yeah, there's... All right, so we're going to put in... So who's going to slide over is the better question. Well, I guess Holla could move up. I don't mind that. Holla jumps to the first line for a couple weeks.
That's maybe a little generous for him.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to do this then. Let's see what the AI does then, Jeff. Holla moves up to the second line. Is that what you wanted then? Because that's what happened.
Presumably Couture is sent on the first. Yeah,
Yes.
there he is. That makes more sense.
And all right. Nothing better than having Matthew Sorensen, our grinder, on the second line. I should look at that again because I don't even remember where Duclair is. Well, he's got to be on the first 2 lines, right?
First line.
Dubnik.
I mean, it's not like we got a lot of other options. Left wing, basically Donato.
Who's playing right wing on our fourth line right now, I believe.
Oh, Nieto. Yeah, there's a couple of, I'm looking. Oh, yeah, all 3 of our good right wings can play left wing as well.
The good news is when it comes to the draft, we can literally pick best player available because there's nothing we don't need.
Yeah, well, I mean, depending on what happens with the D, if we can't move Burns, we're pretty solid on defense for a while. And we're stuck with Dylan's contract after we brought him back for another 3 seasons after this one now, and Vlasic too.
Well, if we don't protect Dylan, he could be gone at the end of this season too.
Yeah, his contract isn't quite as bad as the others, and he's still only 29.
Let me look at that line again.
How badly are the Barracuda doing?
It's a great question. So we'll go on down to the American Hockey League and gotta remember what division they're in. They'll be in the Pacific Division. The Barracuda are actually 3-3-1, sitting at 500.
Better than I expected. I thought we kind of strip mined them.
We did somewhat for sure, but we had way too many guys under contract. Game versus Detroit, so we'll put Dubnik in net here. Sim through it, and we lose in overtime. Really? Wow, a shootout. Detroit is surprisingly 3-0-3. Haven't lost a game in regulation yet. Wait a second. Oh, we beat Detroit. My bad. I said lost. Looking at the wrong picture. All right. Off to a 5-3 start. Not bad. And we're actually sitting at 4th in the Pacific Division, just 2 points back of Vancouver. Ooh, Calgary just lost Rasmus Anderson for 4 months due to a fractured hip. That's gotta hurt.
Well, good news for us. They're in our division.
I thought you were cheering for us to lose. And we pick up another win versus Colorado.
Doing surprisingly well. I mean, it's only Colorado, but still.
It's only Colorado's one of the best teams in the Western Conference. What are you kidding me?
Look at their D in the. I think we've got maybe a little underrated. It's offense, and after Makar, there's really nothing. Well, Biram, but he's still a rookie at this point.
I think they will be surprisingly good in the NHL again this year. Although, who knows? I say that, but who knows how it's actually going to be in the new 56-game schedule. Did you also see, Jeff, that the AHL announced their intention to play starting February 5th?
Yep. I think that's one of the last ones we needed. I got to start pulling stuff together. They didn't announce a schedule yet, did they?
No.
Full on?
No, that's their hopeful return to play. I'm thinking they're not going to have a schedule. I also saw apparently that Canadian teams are looking at possibly playing in their NHL arenas.
Would kind of make sense. It can be easier to keep everybody in the bubble that way. And if you got somebody hurt and have to call up, no, it's just there's so many things that can go wrong.
All right. Back-to-back games versus Chicago and Philadelphia. So we do have some guys who are getting tired, but we're going to push through these. And we lose versus Chicago 6-5. Wow. Eric Hollow, 1 goal, 2 assists. What happened? Getting a quick look here, and 49 defensive game rating from Patrick Marleau. Not great. Bergen, 36 defensive game rating. Ouch, -2. Noah Gregoire, 43 defensive game rating. 34 from Matt Nieto. Wow, what are you doing, Nieto?
-2. I missed before you clicked it away, but I'm guessing there were some giveaways in there too.
I didn't want to look at it anymore. It hurt too much to look at with that poor stats. All right. Philadelphia waives Brian Elliott after making an emergency trade to Montreal to pry away Jake Allen. Someone's injured. Who got injured? Vlasic got injured. All right. So Middleton makes his season debut versus Philadelphia. Muskie Zipper asks, what are the specs of the computer you're using? Why do you want to know that, Muskie Zipper? I guess maybe that's a better question.
Don't want to admit what...
And we pick up a win versus Philly. Carter Hart can't catch a break. Philly's 4-3-0. Curious of the sim speed. Well, I play on a laptop. My laptop is an MSI. It's gotten 2.7 i7 5700 HQ CPU and has 16 gigabytes of RAM. FHM is installed on a SSD. And Middleton gets hurt. What's going on? Oh, no, he got suspended. My bad. What did he do?
Have to call somebody up?
Well, Vlasic might be back. So we'll have to see. Hurdle is starting to be less injured, so we'll have to see there. We'll wait a day to see what comes up. Those are the big ones in terms of what's powering our game.
Yeah, the one that'll make the most difference is the solid state drive. That's generally the fastest way to get if you're a performance improvement out of the game if you're running on a regular drive, just because of the amount of writing back and forth it does to the disk, and also if you're depending on how big the game you got running is, the amount of RAM you have. But with 60, I mean, I put in through, I had 16, I moved it up to 32, and didn't make a huge difference. I can just have more things going in the background. But if you're getting down to like 8, or I think 8 is the minimum recommendation. I think it's theoretically possible to run it with 4 or 6, but the amount of writing you get because your memory is so low, it just gets impractical.
And Cedric Paquette just got claimed on waivers. What?
Okay, can we kick Stanley Cup Chaser out of the chat for that pun?
No, that's a great pun. I'm not kicking him out. Why did we not know Vlasic was? I thought we had him set. Minimum 2.5 stars. That's probably why. Move it down to 2 stars. Okay, so we are going to have to call somebody up. And that means we're going to have to... All right, we're going to put Hurdle onto the injured list to buy ourselves a little bit of time.
By the way, you may want to take the occasional peek at the entry draft list and make sure you're not...
Scouts are scouting?
Yeah, you're not getting anybody missed.
Okay, we're calling up Trevor Carrick.
Muskie Zipper asking in chat, if you don't run all leagues in just the NHL, AHL, and junior leagues, what would you be losing in player development? Nothing really. It's you wouldn't. I mean, the stats wouldn't be as realistic, and the player movement might not be quite as realistic. But the development gets approximated if they're not on a playable team. And it's pretty close to what you would get if they were playing on a fully modeled league.
And we beat Pittsburgh 4-2. All right, Carlson, 3 points.
Jones, red hot.
Yeah. Those are words that don't normally go together. All right, we'll check the entry draft list.
No, not for 3 or 4 years at least.
And we have lots of guys not being scouted yet. We do have one guy in the WHL and one guy partly scouted in...
It's a little slow. That's only October. Give it another month and a half, and see if it's still a problem after that. You may want to start using, or you may want to check your priorities, or start using your watch list.
Well, let's look at our priorities anyways. Canada is our number one, US, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, rest of the world.
So it looked like Canada was the one that...
So our top priority is watch list. Should we be changing that to something else?
No, because if you've got nobody on your watch list right now.
Okay.
So it'll just skip right over that. But the Canada one, wondering if maybe you want to shuffle down Quebec a little bit, just because it's, the top few handful of guys tend to be in the West this year, I think.
All right.
But as long as you got prospects at the top of player type, that should be fine.
All right. We will leave that then. All right. Continuing on here.
Yeah. And if there is anybody that's on the draft list that's maybe in a place that wouldn't get looked at quite as quick, like I'm looking for a guy from the queue here, Chibrikov, the Russian, he may be fairly far down on the list, and you can just stick them on the watch list. I think we need sort of a semi-active assistant on the watch list stuff. See if we can do that somehow. That would be useful, I think.
Vlasic is getting closer to returning. Sweet.
Yeah, P-Wog's here. How are the Wings doing?
Well, we beat them already. But I said they were 3-0-3 at that time, so...
So you screwed up their undefeated streak, is what you're saying?
No, we left them 3-0-3. We beat them in a shootout.
Oh, okay.
The Wings currently are 6-1-3 for 15 points, sitting tied for second.
Wow.
Or tied for third, I guess, because it's tied for first.
It's almost as unexpected as our start.
Very much so. All right, we're going to leave Martin Jones in net because, well, he's just cranking right now. Overtime loss. 5-4. Darn. Declare's got 7 goals on the year for us. Eric Holla, 5 goals.
Yeah,
like
free agents are really working out nicely.
8 goals. Yeah, man, those guys they're playing well. Interesting player on waivers. Pierre Engvall. That's not very interesting. JT Dutch with a question for you in the chat.
You just want to go with the second letter. Then the second letter is just the scout's likely assessment of how likely they are to reach their potential.
Oh,
so there's what
if someone's watching this on YouTube later, they're gonna have no idea what the question was.
Okay, okay. Still a bit confused about scouting future draft picks. I had them on the watch list for months, and none of them were scouted as AA. Does that ever happen? They were all AC and AD, is what the question was. But the second letter is just showing how likely they are to reach their potential. So that doesn't, you won't really improve that if you keep scouting them more. The first one is the scouting level. That's how much scouting you've done. So as long as you got that to A, it's not going to go up anywhere from there. The second level, that's just whether or not they're likely to hit the potential. So if that may stay C, D for permanently on a player, at least until he gets older and it's obvious what he's going to do. So yeah, don't expect that to be improving. That's giving you a bit of a warning as to whether or not the guy with the 3 or 4 star potential is really going to be able to hit that.
Okay, who was the guy we brought in? I don't even remember. Was it Bergen? Yeah. So Hurdle comes back in. And we got to send Carrick back down. And Hurdle actually... No, Ryan Donato is not playing first line. Not going to happen.
Give Barlow a little first line time?
No.
It's his last year.
Knowing him, it probably won't be.
You try to trade him as a rental again at the end of this season or the deadline?
You probably put him on the trade block on Christmas Day.
There we go.
Which would be really funny is if we won without him. We trade him away and then won.
A little cruel. Sort of the reverse Ray Bork.
Yeah, the most surprising thing I saw about Zdeno Chara was it said it wasn't that he didn't want to go back to Boston, it was Boston didn't want him.
Yeah, you got to move on at some point.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this is probably... It wouldn't surprise me if this will be his last year.
Not even sure what the Bruins cap situation, although he didn't. He signed for, what was it, 800,000-900,000? Wasn't a lot.
Oh, it was $775.
Yeah, so they just flat out didn't want him back.
Yeah.
$795. Yeah, there we go.
$795.
And then a bunch. Okay, there's
Yeah.
bonuses on top of that because it's an over.
There is, but it's not huge bonuses. Oh, and we lose versus Edmonton.
And yeah, no, the Bruins cap situation isn't even that ugly. I guess they just wanted the playing time for the younger guys.
Well, that's what they claimed anyways, but I mean, their cap situation can't be that bad since they let Krug walk.
True. No, I know I'm perfectly comfortable watching the Bruins lose for a while.
Why? Do you have any hard feelings about them?
Why would I possibly have any hard feelings about the Bruins?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I thought they were your favorite team, Jeff.
And yes, he is my favorite player.
There you go. Someone should clip that.
Yeah.
2011 was such a good year, says Lacos1234 in the chat. Hey, Lacos, welcome back to the chat.
It was a good year right up until the last day of the season. Or the playoffs, at least. Have a look at the team scoring when you get a chance. I'm kind of curious to see what that's looking like
Okay, we
so
got two
far.
two guys in the top 8 of points for the NHL. So Pewog says 2022 Winter Olympics. If live games are 2 a.m. ish, will you watch Olympic hockey in the middle of the night? I will.
No, hell, I will. I'll be up anyhow.
Yeah, Jeff is a, what's a good word? Opposite world guy.
I mean, it's easier to deal with the guys in Germany when I'm
Yeah, exactly.
awake at the same time as then. I can get some revisions and stuff and talk to them like their time, and then go get a nap, and then they're still working when I come back.
Hasso Plattner is happy with our work as general manager. We started 8-4-1. So everything's good. Who doesn't like that? And Jack Rauselvic just signs with the Jets, which is, good for the Jets considering he wants a traded out apparently in real life. And simming a game here. And Dubnik can't beat St. Louis. We lose 3-2. Come on, man.
So could the Jets just not go a year without a Buffalo situation?
Man, Bufflin was different. Vlasic gets back in and he immediately gets hurt. Come on. You serious?
So how many injuries is that? Is that 2 now? And he showed up to camp out of shape.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess.
He's enjoying that big contract, isn't he?
Oh, apparently I was not paying enough attention and we lost that guy on our. No, wait. It was Trevor Carrick we called up before, right? Yeah, okay. He's been passed on the depth chart by Radim Simic. So I guess we're calling up Radim this time. All right. And this other guy's still suspended? Holy cow. Vlasic to the injured list. Interesting player on waivers. Who's on waivers? Lucas Pisa, not really that interesting, and Josh Archibald. All right. Goodoo. Hockey at 2 a.m. is all I've ever known. I can't say I've actually stayed up incredibly late or got up. No, I've got up early to watch hockey. Like I've been up at like 6 a.m. to watch.
Got up early to play hockey.
Got up early to play hockey. Yeah. But I've never really got up in the middle of the night to watch hockey. The only time I was really considering it was during the 2006 Winter Olympics, but Team Canada was so terrible that never happened. And we have a player who needs to be assigned a number. He wants number 51. Sure. Who cares? I don't think anyone else is going to want number 51.
Unless somebody wants 15 and has it already. Or someone has it already.
Fair enough. Which case they get number 52. Or 87. Or 78. Or 96. Man, Anthony Duclair's got to score some more. He's kind of stalled out for us in the last game or two. I forgot. You wanted to look at stats, and then I forgot all about that.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right. Some more guys on waivers. Nobody really of interest to us. And all right, let's look at our roster. And look at stats summary. Carlson, 15 games played, 19 points. Meyer, 15 games played, 17 points. Hulla, 15 games played, 15
Wow.
points.
Quite a
Nice.
game on a Holla.
Duclair, 14 points in 15 games. Brent Burns, 13 points in 15 games. LeBlanc, 12 points in 15 games. Couture, 11 points in 15 games. Well, that right there are two of our free agent signings are putting up a point a game pace.
And also good sign, Ryan Merkley, rookie, 7 points in his first 15 games. Potential Calder candidate there if he keeps that up.
Until he gets hurt, which will probably happen now because Jeff said that. Vlasic has 3 points in 12 games and is a -6.
Yeah, he's been the problem this year.
Apparently he needs some more pickles.
He is on the trade block, right?
That was who we put up, yes. Oh, Nocturnal. I'm surprised somebody didn't say vampire in the chat, honestly. So where did you call for somebody who's up all night? Yes, of course. And, all right, game versus New Jersey. We're not going to change anything. We're just going to push forward straight through, send this game out, and we win. 3-2 win. Excellent. Needed that to get back on track. Martin Jones with 38 saves. All right. And game versus Florida. Still going to sim this one out quick. And 6-0 win over Florida. Wow. Jones with the shutout. Duclair picks up an assist on the first goal, apparently, and then picked up a goal on the second. So he was listening. He knew he needed to get going. And just because Jeff said Ryan Merkley gets hurt.
Seriously?
Damn it, Jeff.
Oh, God.
Bruised foot day to day. Okay.
There's no possible way I could be influencing that.
How is this guy still suspended? Honestly. He's played one game. How long was Jacob Middleton suspended for? I need to go back. There's got to be a news story about that, right? I clearly missed that. So where?
Well, yeah, you went past it. It's right above the Elliott on waivers one. It's like October, late October. San Jose's Middleton suspended. You went past it. You were just above it.
Oh, it's not green. That's why.
October 22nd. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is there no green dot, Jeff? Why is there no green dot?
Because it's league news, 7 games. That's why.
7 games. It's got to be just about there.
Yeah.
But we're still going to need another defenseman called up again. Depth chart. So Carrick comes back up.
I mean, Middleton is like ninth on the depth chart, so it's not a huge loss that he's out for a while.
Yeah, well, we're down to number 7 and 8 defensemen now. So yeah, it is a bit of a big deal. And we continue. Bum, bum, bum. Vlasic is ready to resume skating. Back-to-back games versus Nashville and Ottawa. Dubnik's going to come into play against his former team, the Predators. Sum it out, and he picks up the win. 3-1. Carlson opens the scoring shorthanded. All right, Duclair scores again. Gotta love it. And going into mid-November 2020, because again, we're playing in a fictional 82 game schedule.
Yep.
I think, Jeff, we can kind of safely say we're doing significantly better than we both thought we'd be doing at this point.
Okay, no, this is much better than we thought we would. I thought we'd be. I mean, I thought we would have been able to move more of the contracts out by this point. We still got. I mean, Burns and Carlson is probably what's propping us up right now.
Well, again, and
our first two pairs.
Our free agents have come to play, apparently.
And Jones has been playing great, too.
Yeah. But, I mean, Holla and Duclair have given us that additional scoring depth apparently we needed.
Yep. Which will be nice because, I mean, eventually we're going to have to start trading some guys. And if we can pump up the stats on a few of those forwards, that will help their trade value a little bit.
I forget. How long did we sign those guys for even?
Duclair has got one more season after this one. He's on a $1.25 million deal, which is very nice. And Holla was the other one. Holla, we got $2.25 for 2 more years after this.
Okay, so 3-year and a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
So both very possible.
Yeah, that's the kind of contracts we want to have.
Yeah.
As opposed to 6 years at $7 million and a no movement clause like Vlasic.
Well, it's okay to have some guys like that. P-Wog, thanks for coming out. And we're not going to be on here too much longer, but Happy New Year and see you in 2021.
Yep. One more day left in this train wreck of a year.
Be careful. It might not be any better.
Yeah.
That's the thing we have to remember. All right, continuing on here versus Philly. You know what? Let's give Dubnyk another game. Let's see how he does. And he picks up a shutout win. Philly's struggling at 10-8. We're 13-6-1, 6-0 win. Duclair, Carlson, Holla, Duclair, Hurdle, Duclair with the hat trick.
Wow. 14 goals. Did not see that coming. And I think this would have been start the database actually rated him down a little bit after last year.
He keeps getting it done. All right.
His numbers were getting pumped up because he was getting a lot of playing time in Ottawa, but yeah.
Well, he's getting lots of playing time with us too. Let's be honest.
through, but I mean, he's making the most of it.
This is also true. And Ryan Merkley's back soon, so that's good. Better question is who we're going to have goaltending next year. I mean, obviously, right now it looks like Martin Jones is going to be one of our goalies, considering he's signed.
Yep.
I think we have to.
Maybe we're safe to let Dubnik go at the end of this year, right?
Yeah. Merkley's close to returning.
And Coronar is, yeah, well, Coronar can come up, and then Mike Robinson should be done at New Hampshire College. After that, sign him, and then that's your 4 goalies.
Well, we might see if there's a free agent available too.
Yep, option.
Or maybe there'll be somebody available via trade. Surprisingly, the Islanders are not doing very good at 6-5-6. Stars are probably the most surprising at 4-15 after a Stanley Cup Finals appearance. All their oldness caught up to them, though. Now, there's something you don't expect to hear. Oh,
What?
Patrick Laine is going to take 7 months off for a massive eye trauma. And then Connor McDavid got suspended 7 games. All right, game here versus Calgary.
That's...
Oh, I love that Flames logo on the ice, though. It is just beautiful. Not bad control.
Just looking at the goalies for next year, having a look through the list, there's about a dozen guys, 2.5 stars or better, that are on the last year of their NHL contract. So I don't think we'll have problems finding a backup.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, there's somebody who's going to be available.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to stop here. Going to do a little bit of quick simming because...
Oh, yep, almost out of time.
Well, let's see what happens. Okay, so end of first period, we're on a power play going into the second. It went 4-on-4. Calgary had a power play. Then us. Then end the period with a power play, but we didn't score. Still 0-0. Calgary scores with just under 10 minutes left. Out 2-0. 2-14. Darn, we lose 2-0 versus Calgary. Put up 32 shots but can't score.
Yeah, it wasn't even Markstrom in goal.
And Ryan Merkley is back. So we're going to not play him in this game, though. I'll make that adjustment after. We're going to just sim through a bit of this game versus LA. Oh, I should have switched goalies. Oh, well. Jones is going to play back-to-back. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to hit quick, and I hit play instead. And they go up 1-0. We tie at 1-1. At the end of 1, 2-1, 3-1. Oh, 3-2, 3-3. 4-3. Them. All right, we will play 4-3 with 17 minutes left into the third. See if we can tie it up. We are on the power play. It's 5-3. This game's over.
So you managed to start a losing streak to end the stream.
6-4 loss. That's disappointing. All right, so let's wrap it up then. Here, as we'll call it, for yes, a healthy. Okay, well, I guess I have to do this. So I'll do this while we're doing the exits. So thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments as well. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we're at Franchise Hockey. You can also reach out or you can also look on our Twitter bio and find a link to our official Discord channel. And of course, you can reach out to us on our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to our official forums, where you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager 7, Out of the Park Baseball, Perfect Team, or anything else you wish to discuss. We still have Franchise Hockey Manager 7 on sale for the launch discount of 10% off, which is $35.99 for another 6 days as of this recording. It ends, I believe, January 5th. Yep. Is that correct?
Same day as the Steam sale ends, yeah.
Yes. As soon as the winter sale ends, so is the FHM 7 sale. And so, don't miss out. Pick up your copy sooner rather than later. Jeff, it's been a pleasure. I think we're both happy 2020 is almost at an end.
Very much.
And even though this game we'll still be in 2020, we will see you all again next week with our Broadway show as we continue to play as the Rangers.
Yeah, 1940s Rangers. Going back a little farther than we've done in the last few years.
Yes. So thank you very much, and we will see you all again next week.